welcome back to Working Moms in Real Estate. And today we are not here by ourselves, but we have one of our good friends and working mom with us, Nicole. Nicole, would you like to quickly introduce yourself? And she is her guest, so she's going to tell us a lot more about herself, but we'll let her do a brief introduction, and then we'll get right into it.
Awesome. Welcome, everybody. Nice to see you ladies again.
Nice to see you.
So a little bit about me. I am a lender in the local area. I have been in the financial industry for over 20 years. I absolutely love the creativity of it and helping people get into homes. I've been married for, let me think. My oldest daughter is 23, so I've been married for 24 years. We have 2 daughters and 2 sons. My older 2 are 23 and 22. Is she 22 or 3? Do you guys know? Okay, so I was very young. I was 19.
She was 12.
Yes. So my oldest is 22 or 23, one of those. No, she's 20. She's 23.
Watch this.
She's 23. She's 23. I'm sorry. She was born in 2001, but August, so she's 23. I can do math.
Oh, yep. My daughter just turned 24, and she was in April. So yes, I still do the same thing. Don't worry, you'll get there once your kids get past like 18.
Yeah, yes.
You're gonna be like.
And my second oldest is 22. Fun fact: they are the same age for 37 days every year. They used to hate it, but now they celebrate it. And then we waited a whole 10 years. Our baby was 10 years old, and we started over. And we have 2 sons. Samuel and Solomon, and they are 12 and 9.
Nice.
So, yes.
So you are a working mom in real estate.
Yes, absolutely. And I love it. And my kids love it. And actually my daughter, who is 23, she actually started with our company recently, and she is loving the industry as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is so good that you were able to pass on that passion for people to her. She sees that in you.
Oh, her heart is lovely. Like, she has a servant's heart, and you definitely need that, of course, in this industry.
You do. Yep, absolutely. So we are still Gloria and Marissa.
Yes, it's still us.
That didn't change?
It's
Nope.
2 of us.
Okay.
You might not recognize me because I have a bun this time.
And I brushed my hair, so. Well, and we're still gonna go, we still have all of our normal sections that we're gonna do, but today we are doing something different. And actually, this is the new section, so Marissa, what is it? Tell us, what are the new stuff?
The new things are, we're going to talk about beauty review, mom hacks, mom wins and fails. We're going to introduce the new topic. So every week we're going to have a topic that we're going to talk about specifically. And
well, with the new topic, so that's a new section to our podcast. And even though we want to keep it a short 30-minute podcast, because we know you guys are probably working moms like us, and we don't all have a lot of time. I do all my podcasts driving, right? Like that. I don't sit down and watch something. I watch.
Me too.
I totally watch it in my car.
You have a Tesla? No, okay.
No, I just put my phone on the side.
Oh, on
and
the
I
side.
listen to it. But so that's where I get all my podcasts. And I'm still very busy, and I enjoy having them kind of in a break where I know where I'm going, and if it's a short one, or I adjust it to my length of drive, believe it or not. But so because of that, we're gonna actually not have one podcast. We're gonna have a different section. So the topic will be recorded today as well, of course, like we mentioned. But it'll be a separate section. So if you guys don't have the time to listen for 45 minutes, we'll have it in a short, separate link for you guys to just watch that.
I'm laughing because I missed that, just like I missed going and getting the lunch. I think
It's been a busy
well,
day.
I didn't realize it.
And talking about how busy we are, I think I was an hour late, not on purpose.
And
No, friend, I think you were like 3 hours late.
3 hours late. I rescheduled, in all
Original-
fairness,
yeah,
twice.
This is true.
I rescheduled.
So
So-
technically that's not late. That's just a
Right, I
reschedule.
rescheduled.
But you know what? Our time is so valuable. And I don't mean that in a monetary sort of way, but I started thinking about how many times I'm late. And the reality is that yes, I tend to be 1, 2, 2, 5 minutes late. Sometimes
What did you just say?
Okay,
1, 2,
1,
1 to
2,
2
5?
5 minutes, or an hour,
An
or
hour.
I always am like, I can run way late if I'm meeting her because I know that I'm going to be sitting there for a long time.
But the reality is that every time we give that time to somebody, even if we are 5 minutes late, we as professionals, as people that have kids and a career, or just kids, you know, sometimes kids take up as much time as the career, or vice versa. And just to know that those, maybe 5 minutes late, or you may be 5 minutes late, but the fact that you're here giving us of your time means so much.
Aww. Well, they're feeding me lunch, so.
I better her favorite lunch: cheese curds and a salad. You get the healthy and the curds.
Exactly.
To be fair, I know there's like a lot of industries like you're not supposed to bribe people. I am totally okay if you guys want to bribe me. Like,
I have no problems.
no problem whatsoever. And we do actually, Nicole brought us our beauty hack or beauty review for you guys too. We're not gonna go through it yet.
Oh, not yet? I'm super excited to show you guys. You're gonna love it.
When you brought it in, I've never seen it. So I'm so excited to hear about it because I probably need it.
Oh, you probably do.
Like, I feel like there's something we need.
I'm gonna have you guys try it out. You guys are gonna be like, wow, I need this in my life.
I have a lot of those things, but then they like end up in my drawers.
Oh, this sits right by my bed.
Not that kind of podcast, sweetheart.
And I said it's right by my bed.
Well, okay, so side story.
Yes.
So I went, I actually clean our Airbnbs when we have like a last minute guest come in. So yesterday we went to Costco and I got a hand scrubber, and it's like this black thing with a scrubber head. And I put it on, and it is getting worse. So as I turn on the video to show how it works, like I turn it on, and it goes crazy, and and I'm in the shower, FYI, like it already looks bad. It goes out so strong as I push it towards like the glass to clean, that it goes crazy. It's supposed to have water. And it just goes, and it falls out of my hand, and it's like vibrating.
Oh my god.
Oh my word.
So we don't need to have any more of those stories.
So if you were ranking that product, would you give it a 1 or a 10? And what's the reason why?
You know what? Honestly, this was my first time using it, and I didn't use that correctly.
Oh, okay.
But I thought I was going to be really cool by, doing it the first time on live TV. No. So, anyway.
All right. So, Nicole, let's hear about your real estate lending and
Well, what got you into real estate?
Yeah, great question. So I graduated high school a year early. My plan was actually to be a doctor. And then my husband, Chris, got me knocked up. Incomplete, honestly.
In case you're watching, Chris,
I got impregnated.
She was looking right at you.
How do you say it? Impregnated? Impregnated. And I went to my school counselor because my parents made this agreement with me that they took out the loans and I had to take them out in my own name. This was back in the day when parents didn't have to take out the loans in their name.
Yeah.
So I had to take them out in my own name, and then if I graduated, then they would pay them off for me. Well, being pregnant, I went to my counselor and I said, hey, what do I have the most credits for, and what can I get a degree in so that I don't have to pay this? Complete honest opinion.
Yeah.
I'm very happy with my children now, but they said finance, so I got a degree.
My kids are all right.
No, they're great, and actually I think everything happens the way God wants it to happen.
It
So
does.
I wasn't supposed to be a doctor, and a side note, I can't stand blood or urine or any of those things I would have to do. So
Seriously?
I'm in the best career for me. So thank you, Jaden, for coming into the world.
Showing you your
You
real
didn't,
path.
yeah, you didn't kill my dreams. You made my dreams come true.
That's very
Aw.
sweet.
Yes. So that's truly what gave me the finance background. When I got out of college, my dad was a CPA. Well, he's a CPA, but he was a CFO at a car dealership, which actually he still does today. But he always went and made a bank deposit every single day at M&I Bank. Can I say the names of companies that I worked at, or should I not?
I mean, you can.
Okay. Anyways, I worked at M&I Bank, and he got me the job. He went up there and said, hey, my daughter just graduated college. She needs a job. So I got into that realm. I started off as a teller, worked my way up, banker, and then I went into mortgage on the mortgage side. Well, that was before the crash. that had happened. And I, at the time, me and my husband had actually bought a home. And during the time, I really trusted the guy that I worked with. Like, he was like, this is the best loan product for you. This is all these things. And, you know, no problem, you know, and it was, I don't know, I think my interest rate was an 8% interest rate. And we were like, okay. And we were definitely stretched outside of our means, but we were so excited to get the house.
Because you don't know.
You don't know.
And was that a normal rate for the time?
It was a little bit higher.
Okay.
But also, you know, I didn't know any better. Like, I just started in the industry, and, you know, I thought everything was good. And then come to find out, actually, it was an ARM product that, you know, that the market then crashed, and then our ARM got progressively worse. And so
What
full
is
circle.
an ARM, in case people at home don't know or
So-
who are listening?
That's a great question. So it's an adjustable rate mortgage. So after a certain set period of time, then and it's based on market and index. So that is what fluctuates. So when the market crashed and the rates, you know, adjusted accordingly, we were kind of screwed, to tell you the truth. So
what
we were
did you
young,
go from an
2
8
kids.
to a-
Yeah.
10, and then 12, and then of course trying to refinance out of that. So I actually had left the bank and worked for a company that I worked at for the majority of my career, which kind of gave me the foundation of everything that I do today, collections and customer service and underwriting and sales and all of those things. And then in 2020, I actually came back to the industry, which this is definitely my calling. I love absolutely everything. But that's kind of the reason, that experience right from the beginning, when I was first-time home buyer, got into a product that I didn't understand and didn't know enough about with someone that I thought I actually trusted. And then to overcome that was really what drives me now.
Yeah, I was
because
gonna say how you are now and how you take the time to explain to your clients.
That totally
probably
makes sense.
came
Yes.
from not being taught
Understood.
when you were purchasing.
that's
a home.
correct.
Yeah,
So,
100%.
It
A
definitely
good
is
learning
running line.
point. Mhm.
Yeah, that's actually exactly part of the reason when I got into real estate. I had just bought our first home, and it was the same thing. My real estate agent disappeared after taking me to a new builder, and they're like, bye. They didn't even show up to the closing. They just got a check for taking me to the builder the first time. But anyway, with that, what I was going to ask you. Now you totally
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
that's it.
that's
That's all I
okay.
got.
I mean, I think I said enough in there between getting knocked up and then getting
Yeah.
screwed and on my mortgage, and then
No, the arm.
full
Yeah.
swing. Oh, the arm. Yeah, the arm.
So that's amazing. Like, you know, you try to tell people how bad these things are, but they don't understand, and there is a use for them.
Oh,
Constructors,
1000%.
commercial people are great.
Investors, when the
scary.
market's going to adjust, and you know, all of those forecasts, if you're going to hold the home short term and it's a better rate, there's a lot of good reasons
Right.
to use an ARM.
Right.
As a young family with very limited income in a market that was becoming a downturn
Right.
market, that was not the best
No.
product to put us in, to pad his pocket, really, to make sure that the
That's
deal
it,
got
yeah.
done.
That's
So,
how it was back then, though. We bought a home at that time too, and that's when they were doing stated income. So you could be
Yes.
like, I make X amount of
Oh.
dollars, and get approved for a home that was way out of your price range. That was really terrible and criminal.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, well, it was. Yeah, that's why so many of the lending rules will.
Oh,
you
so
can't
many
take-
lending rules have changed now, which
Yeah.
is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. What I was going to say before I blanked out because you know.
The perimenopause.
Yeah,
You were-
the
You
perimenopause.
are looking forward to my beauty hack.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
Stuck. No, I have a deal going on right now with a different lender it's actually
A
with
different lender.
a different lender. And I was just telling my husband, I said, you know, I think Nicole's really spoiled me. I said, because she makes everybody else look bad, and I don't understand how this is so hard. Like, we're all professionals. Why are we not there yet? You know, I think, you know.
Life experiences, I do honestly dictate like what your purpose is in life, right? If I was a doctor, I mean, I'm very book intelligent, so I would have probably done well there. and the compassion side, but everything else that has to go into it, I've not been good at, right? Telling families.
You would have been behind in your appointments for days.
And I'm soft. And I'm soft.
Yeah.
Like, my heart, I wouldn't be able to have those hard conversations, I don't think, to tell you the truth. So
That's a good point. Well, that's a big career, very big career, very full. How do you manage it all?
Well, it definitely takes a village. As you can see, I don't show up on time because I always have time to do one more thing. But it does take a village. Like Chris, I honestly can't say enough about him. He's so supportive. He is super busy with his career as well. However, like, we just make it work. Like, everything we do makes it work. For example, our sons were, switching schools, and in order to make it work with the drop-off pickup schedule, he ended up taking on a job with them for a period of time in which he was doing all their grounds irrigation maintenance, just so that he could be drop-off, pickup. So we've organized our lives very much so that between the sports and all of the other things, and we have a very good calendar. It syncs to every single one of our phones.
So would you say that's your secret?
No, my secret is when people say, what is it like to have 2 sets of children? I think to myself, how lucky am I? Those boys have 2 more mamas. Those girls help us all the time too. Our oldest lives locally, and our sons want to spend the most time with her all the time because she's still fun and she's not their mom. Yeah. And then my husband's cousin, who is a very close family to ours, they have 4 kids. His wife is a nurse, and he also works with my husband. And so there's always someone to help in our village. So
that is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what my question was going to be. How do you guys juggle it all? But you answered it before even being asked the question.
And
did you read the notes?
No, I didn't.
Are you cheating?
No, I mean, I read high level kind of like what we were going to talk about, just because I wanted to kind of have an idea.
Sorry.
But it is like the true answer is, I think that we have a very close-knit family that anytime anyone needs something, there's always someone there. And I think even my friends, like if I was going to go to jail, one of you would bail me out.
We would definitely bail you out.
We would be in jail with you.
You would. That's true. That is so true. I've never been in jail. Disclaimer.
I said, "Oh my gosh, Gloria, I didn't know."
It was a long pause.
I know. I wear extra makeup right here
to cover the teardrop.
Oh my word.
It's not a mistake.
Well, that's so awesome, and thank you for sharing your story with us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes. Let's move on to our beauty tips for working moms. So Nicole, give us your best beauty tips that you do in the morning for your routine.
So every morning I start my day with devotion, right? Before I even get out of bed, I do that. I shower. I wash my face. I do my efficiencies in the morning. I always lay out my clothes for the most part the night before, get them all prepared and ready.
That's great. So I'm gonna ask again and just start with that. So Nicole, what are some time-saving things that you do in the morning to get your day going? Beauty hacks, tips for our viewers that help get your day jump-started.
Well, for that, I always pick out my clothes the night before. I steam them, I decide what I'm going to wear, organize my shoes, my jewelry, all of those things. I tend to take a shower at nighttime because I need to blow dry and straighten my hair, so then in the morning it's quick and efficient. And
good for you. That's huge. I think picking out clothes sometimes will have me in there for 15 minutes thinking I have nothing to wear.
You did tell me that when I asked for tips, you were like, pick out your clothes the night before.
1,000, because then they're prepared, they're steamed, they're, if you don't have a jacket or something that goes with it, you can just quickly run to the store, pick up something you need, so that you look put together. Now, Marissa
Do you iron?
always looks.
Marissa,
Oh my gosh.
we've had this conversation. Yeah. I told her, I was like, every time I come around Marissa, I can't stand next to her for too long. I start looking shorter, less put together.
Yes, yes.
No.
I steam, I don't iron.
Yeah.
I'm a steamer.
You?
I iron, but I actually take a bag, like literally looks like a football classes like jersey bag
To the cleaners.
Oh,
every other week.
I know, I've
Marissa
been
the
with you.
cleaners.
Like, hey, I gotta stop at the cleaners, and I'm like, you go here every week?
Mhm.
And you're like, yes, I do.
Yeah, I do.
And I wish I
It's
did.
time consuming because then you
True.
can grab, and then if I do have a top that I want to wear that's
Mhm.
wrinkled, it will sit there for a whole season because like
Mhm.
I rarely have the time. Sometimes though, I will take 4 things that I haven't worn and I'll go iron them all at once, and that way I'm like, okay, now you're ready, you know.
Yeah.
So
Well, I always joke with Marissa because every time we see each other, I'm like, let me see your nails. And it always perfectly matches her outfit
Yeah,
that day. And
it's
I'm like,
true.
did you plan this so that your nails
True.
so that your
So
nails
jealous.
match your outfit only when you see me? Or is it
All the time.
all the time?
I try to like think about what's gonna clash, and if
Okay.
it's gonna clash hardcore, I won't wear the outfit with the nail color.
I
But
see.
I am a little OCD.
Well, my nails
Things.
definitely hardcore clash this week.
No,
You don't
I
think
don't
so?
think so.
No?
Mm-mm.
I don't even have
Gloria's
nails.
in the mood.
But she's gonna start getting them done now.
I am.
They had been done for
They
a
have.
couple
I get them
days.
done, well, because I got married.
After the wedding.
How crazy would it be if I didn't even do my nails there?
Have you seen any of her photos?
Only the ones that you posted.
That's all we have.
They are stunning.
We haven't actually.
Who was your photographer?
Jamie Lynn.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
She's
Very
great.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks,
Yeah.
They look good.
Yeah. We'll have to invite her. She actually, I think she has kids and she works and she does photography.
Wow, that's
a lot.
great.
Yeah.
What a passionate, like every time I think of a photographer, and I've met so many, I'm always like,
Mhm.
you have the coolest job.
Mhm.
That is the coolest
You have the
job.
coolest job.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Making people smile,
Yeah, I
capturing
think-
their
yeah.
memories.
Until they don't like the pictures, I guess,
And
right?
that's the hard
And
thing.
then- yeah.
Speaking of ours, I keep waiting for ours, and I'm like, they're
Oh,
either
did you
gonna
get
be
'em
really
done?
pretty or they're gonna be ugly, and that's okay. And it's not her fault, but you know,
Oh,
sometimes
well, I'm
you
okay
think
with that
you
because
look
they're
cute,
free
and
for
then you
me.
see yourself in the
Yes.
photo, and you're like, dang it, why did you do that?
Why did you wear that? Exactly.
You thought that looked cute,
Ugh.
but in the photo it doesn't. And then why are you sitting
Mhm.
like that or smiling like that? So
I had
I'm
that
like,
experience actually recently. I was going to an event for one of my friends, and I loved this dress, and it's so flowy and so nice. And then I saw my picture in the dress, and I was thinking to myself, I don't think I'm ever going to wear that dress again.
whatever.
You look like a hot air balloon. So I honestly think I'm going to refrain from wearing that dress
And
because
some
I was
things
like,
you just realize.
that's what
yeah.
I look like? Okay.
Yeah.
You know what the funniest thing is? The pictures of people wearing the high belted pants.
Mhm.
Like if you don't have the hips
hips to do
on
it?
the side,
Mhm.
they look great. But if you have hips, you look like the man from SNL.
Yeah.
That's me when I
that's-
wear those things.
yes.
It's great.
Have you guys seen that lady on Instagram and she's wearing all the free people clothes?
Oh.
No.
Man, I'm dying because the outfits. I'm like,
Yes.
who honestly could look cute in that? Like some of them,
Does she
and
look cute?
no, she's making fun of it, and like
Oh.
it is like I'm going. I don't know one person.
Yeah, but
that
they're
would
free, so it doesn't.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right, I'm so excited. We need to know your beauty hack.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let me see. Let me make sure that it's charged up. Okay. Let's see. I hope it's charged up. Oh, it is. All right, y'all. So I know you guys probably think this is a VR headset. But what this is an eye massager.
There's no.
It's an eye massager.
Can
Okay.
you see us right now?
No. So every night,
She's wearing massage her eyeballs.
every night, I wear this for 30 minutes before I go to bed.
Wow.
And the reason I do that is because it plays a nice little like bird song and it helps me wind down my mind. My
Wow.
mind is constantly going and it does need to be charged. And I'm going to charge this so y'all can try this too, but I didn't charge it after last night's session. So after last night's session. So basically, Oh, there it goes. It's still working. So it plays.
We're like,
It plays just like no. So anyways, it's not. It needs to be charged, but it tells me it needs to be charged, and I
But
felt that.
how amazing.
how does Chris
So-
feel about this?
Okay. So last night, so I just got this maybe 2 weeks ago, okay? Because I was like, my mind never shuts down. So I'm that annoying wife in bed where I'll be like, okay, I just gotta turn on my podcast for a minute so I can just think about that and not about
Are you gonna
my
listen
day.
to this podcast every
I
night?
listen to it out loud.
Oh,
Out loud. And he says, can you turn down your phone? I'm trying to sleep. But I'm afraid if I put in my earbuds or something that I won't hear my alarm in the morning if
Yeah.
it falls out or whatever. So I press play and he's like, you gotta figure out something else or we can't sleep in the same bed after 26 years. We can't sleep together anymore. And I was like, oh, is that a blessing or is that a curse? So then I was like on TikTok shop and I was like, everybody, you know, my eyes are puffy and tired and we have a lot going on in our lives, right? I've tried the eye patches. And then I found this miracle worker.
and turn around so
And
people can see it.
so basically, it folds like this. It has a charging port, and it's the universal charging port. They came with one, but I used it in my, I plugged it in my car on the way here, but not long enough. And then the massagers are actually like inside here, but it has a little speaker where it plays music and like calming effects,
I
like a
love that.
seaside,
that is so cool.
while it massages your temples and then around your eyes. Like, it is amazing. And so last night I said to Chris, oh my gosh, I can't go to bed. And he's like, why can't you go to bed? I'm like, where is my massager? And he's like, I'm your massager. And I was like, no, you're not.
That's
No,
what-
you're not.
I know it's funny because I asked you what Chris thought about this, but yeah, like, you know,
Yes.
you're falling asleep before you get to actually.
But I did. It automatically shuts off, which is key to it too.
Yeah.
But I fall asleep typically before it's done with its whole progression.
Yeah.
Because it just makes you like calm and,
And then do
relaxed.
you just slip it off at some point or
I-
just wake up with it?
Well, one night I woke up with it. The next day, Chris was like, hey, I took that thing off your head last night. And I was like, okay. And then sometimes I'll wake up, right? But most people probably only do it and they don't fall asleep, but it puts me to
Good
bed.
for you.
Mhm.
That's
So,
amazing. I
yes.
love that.
Can we look at it?
You sure can. Absolutely.
We're like best friends, so can we try it?
You can. You can try it on. It has to be charged though, but try it on.
Do you want to try them first?
No, my lashes they'll get smushed to the
Oh,
side.
so Chris asked me that. He said, what's going to happen with your lashes? And I was like,
Yours are like foolproof. Mine
Yeah.
are not. If I
Yeah,
can,
mine are. Yeah.
lay
Oh,
Mine will curl and just
but,
get smushed.
but it won't smushes, see? Like how it sits? Now, let me turn it on for you. Let's see. Oh, you're saying I got a big head? I saw you just squeeze that.
I have the tiniest head.
I do too.
Let's see if it's
I
turns
have
on.
a
It's
little
always-
head.
Is it on?
No.
Oh, so I think it is dead. But we're going to charge it.
Oh, there it goes.
Hold on. You might not get much time.
There it
Do you
goes.
feel it?
I do.
Isn't that amazing?
I love that because
I
it
think
has
it is
to
dead,
also
though.
be a
It is dead. I gotta
distraction,
recharge it.
too.
I felt it in my temples.
Yes, and it pushes like your temples and massages
It
your
was
temples.
Claudia.
And
It is.
Claudia did that to you.
How do you?
but the music that it plays to is soothing and relaxing.
Is it
And
in
it's-
Japanese or Korean?
So I got it on TikTok Shop. But
You
it
haven't
speaks to you
changed
in
the language?
English. No, it speaks to you in English.
It just sounds.
It just says you need to charge your device or something like
Yeah.
that. So,
Oh, okay.
but that's again probably because I leave it on and I wear it all night and
I
Yeah.
love it. I think
Mhm.
that's great. I think that should be your do not disturb mask.
it really is.
You know what I mean?
Chris, do not disturb.
Yeah, when I got my mask on, I am not available
Yes,
for nothing.
that's right.
Hit me up before.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, I think we need to share the link so you guys can find our beauty stuff.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get you the link.
'Cause mine really is those Dennis Gross pads. You gotta go to Dennis Gross. So this is what I've been doing now. Is that cream that you bought me, the like growth serum?
Yes.
By Zoe.
Mhm.
And then Tracy turned me on to the Dennis Gross products. I love it.
Really?
I love their cream. It's called Deep Cream. It is so amazing. And then there's these
Tracy has not told me about this.
There's these new pads that it's like a chemical peel every day.
Oh, so my elbows are a little rough, and I think she gave me those pads. Like I bought them for my elbows to like, you know, get
Really?
the dead skin off.
If
And
it
it
is-
works amazing.
Oh, Nicole, these, like, I ended up ordering them. You can go to his website because he'll offer, like, deals and stuff.
Mhm.
But,
You're moving out of the
Oh.
screen.
you get, like, 2 pads. You do the first one, leave it on for 2 minutes, and then the neutralizer, 2 minutes, and then you just put your cream on. You don't rinse it off.
Wow.
It is, I'm like, you know, I don't really even need to go have a facial anymore because
That's
it's
amazing.
like cell turnover, skin
Yeah.
cell turnover
Yeah.
every
Every
day.
day.
Don't you think
Huh.
I look like a kid?
I was
Like,
wondering,
you look
you
like
had
you're
like
13.
a glow about you. Yes. I actually was thinking like your skin looks
does,
very
because
healthy
it's
and
afternoon, but I love those.
Super
And
healthy.
they're
Yeah.
affordable. That's the best thing. They're like very affordable.
I think some of us have different affordability.
Oh, indeed. But I mean, like the Zoe stuff, and then this other stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, no. When I started on the Zoe stuff, then I went to the skin spot and bought all this other cream.
Mhm.
One cream was $200.
Oh yeah, no, that's
Wow.
This cream is like it's a big jar for $70,
Mhm.
ladies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
That's
any
pretty
gentlemen.
yeah, gentlemen.
Yes.
So, anyways,
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
I'll
the
share
link
mine
to share.
next week, just because
Okay.
I think we need to move on. So one of the
We
things
don't wanna move on.
We don't want to move on.
Mm-mm.
The last thing that we normally do, and we'll ask you because we've shared in the last few weeks, what is a mom win or a mom fail that you want to share with us? Something that you know
Currently.
you just currently, yeah. It doesn't have to be a big deal, but
Sure.
I think we as parents beat ourselves up
Oh,
because
1000%.
we want to do such a great job. Or in my case, I look back how I was growing up with my daughters and how many times I failed because I was growing up, you know, with them.
Oh,
And I just didn't know any
absolutely.
better. But it was hard, and it's been hard for years to kind of get past that. So now we want to share some of those wins and fails because we all do it. It's not uncommon, and it's not a point of, you know, beating each other up. It's saying, it's okay. We've all been there.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, mom fails and mom wins. They happen on a daily, sometimes small and sometimes big. But my most recent mom fail is my sweet son Sam last night said to me, and it's about 9 o'clock last night, and he says, "Hey mom, I really want to wear this outfit that's in my laundry basket." And we've been teaching them kind of how to do their own laundry and be self-sufficient. Not just
Yeah.
starting it. They're boys.
Yeah.
They don't do anything else. But I said, okay, go ahead, put that in, and I'm gonna, sit down and talk with your dad for a little bit, and we're gonna watch this one episode of. I just started White Lotus. Have
Is
y'all?
it good?
Have y'all?
I
No.
have It's good.
Interesting. I got through one, and I was like, I gotta go wear my mask. I gotta go to bed. But basically, he was like, "Will you just switch it over for me?" And I was like, "I sure can, kid." He doesn't really ask me to like do laundry, help him, whatever. So this morning I'm in the bathroom and he's like, Mom!
Yeah.
And I was like, "Hey buddy, what's up? Are you okay?" He's like, "You didn't put my stuff in the dryer."
Oh,
And
man.
so that was my most recent mom fail. And I was like, I am so sorry. I know you really wanted to wear that. Let's do the quick cycle real quick, throw it in the dryer, and
Yeah.
it resolved.
Oh,
But
good.
at the end of the day, like it was something that he really asked me to do, and so I failed him.
But it was a win because in the end it got clean and dry and he wore it to school.
That's right.
So.
And he forgave me. He was like, "It's okay."
Aw.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that was my fail.
I've done that many
And
times.
a win. That was my most recent fail and
Yeah,
a win.
yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I mean, the fact my kid does not do laundry, and she's a girl, and she's also 12.
Oh yeah. Well, we're teaching them kind of like start it. Because kids go through so many clothes these days so quickly. They go through more than I do. And also boys at 9 and 12.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
I think they're old enough. My boys have been doing chores since they were 5.
No, they absolutely
Yeah.
have. So my other girls, it was like they were doing stuff since they were little,
Mhm.
but it's different. So whenever you have that, and you kind of have the same,
Mhm.
separation in age, and when you start all over, you do things differently. You
I
just
agree.
do.
You're a
It's
different
weird.
parent when you have the
Yeah.
gap. I was
Yeah.
like you said, Gloria. I was like growing up with my daughters,
Yeah.
where with the boys, I'm a mom, and now I say I'm
Yeah.
an old mom. You know, so
yeah.
yes.
Do you feel like you baby the boys more than you did the girls?
Oh, 1000%. I mean, the girls at 9 and 12 were, well, technically they were both 12, but
Yeah.
at 12 they were like, hey, can I prep dinner for you? They were so
Yeah.
hands-on and more helpful. The boys are kind of like,
The expectations were different.
yeah, they're different. And I think the boys, they have the luxury of having one of their parents around all the time. And so I think that's a little bit different.
Yeah.
We do more for them because one of us is always there. Where the girls, we were poor and young and we both had to
Yeah.
work and we didn't have the luxury. So they were more self-sufficient.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, that was good.
Yeah.
So glad you were here.
Thank you.
Well,
Just hanging out with my friends.
exactly. That's the best part.
It
That's the
is.
best part is that we come to know so many amazing people, and we want to be able to just share how.
Well, thank you, Nicole, again for
Thanks.
joining
Absolutely.
us. I think that you have a huge heart and we love you. And
Absolutely.
so we're
Thank
grateful
you.
that you made it.
I'm grateful to be here.
And listeners, if you have any questions,
Absolutely. I think you are so full of education and knowledge that would you be open to having answering some lender questions?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, we
Yes.
appreciate that because I answer a lot of questions that it's not my field. And it's so much better when it's the actual expert, right? So if you guys have any lending questions, just how to get started, if you're a first-time home buyer or anything like that, at the end of the day, our podcast core is real estate, right? So we want to be able to be of service on that
Yeah.
side, but it all goes to Nicole if it's a lender question.
yeah, and don't forget to subscribe,
Smash.
leave a review,
Oh, you smashed.
Smash.
Subscribe.
share the episode with other working moms or
Absolutely.
anybody in the real estate industry. Anybody.
And what if they want to be on the podcast?
Let us know.
Send
would
us the
love to-
application.
yes.
Exactly.
We would love it. And then if you want to stay
Casting calls.
tuned,
Exactly.
we're gonna have our new topic that Gloria reminded me of. We're gonna be discussing Mother's Day coming up,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
All right.
Thank you for being here. Have a great one.
Bye.
See ya.
Okay, let's just keep going.
Okay.
All right, guys. So it's the topic. It's
Yeah,
like-
the new topic.
New
Mother's
topic.
Day. Yes.
Yeah.
Are y'all doing anything fun for Mother's Day?
You know, it's weird in our house because we're a blended family, and it's weird to. I think it's a new holiday for us. Like obviously, my daughter and I do something, but it's weird because how do you celebrate your own self,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And then when it comes to Father's Day, Josh, like, how do I celebrate I do celebrate my husband because he's a great father,
Mm-hmm.
but we don't share kids in that sense, so it's a little bit awkward.
No, you should have it be just as if you had those children together and
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
celebrate all
I
of
agree.
it together.
And I mean, have a cookout and invite the dad and invite the mom.
No, that's
I mean,
Have one big cookout.
hey, that's sweet.
I think we should redo.
Gloria's all smiling like, yeah.
So no big cookout?
No big cookout.
Okay.
What are your plans though?
We don't have plans so far. I went to see my mom this weekend,
Nice.
so that was nice. It's just hard, you know, when people live in town. It's not like you can go see them often.
Yeah.
But I think. What about you guys? Any plans for you guys?
So is Mother's Day this weekend or
Next-
next
next.
weekend? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that tells you how
Yeah.
many plans I have. I honestly, for Mother's Day, our children make it such a big deal. Like they just,
So great.
and it's honestly because of those two older children that I
Yeah.
have that they're just are like make mom feel special or you
Yeah.
know very very in tune with it. So we don't have plans as of yet, but I think it's actually our oldest will be coaching volleyball, so she's probably not going to be around.
Oh.
So,
TBD.
yeah,
Yeah.
TBD.
Me, I we'll probably host like a brunch at my house for my mom, and then I'll work. And then on that Monday, me and my mom and my oldest son are going to Tampa for a college visit. So we'll
Nice.
plan on
Fun.
having like a nice dinner
Yeah.
out there.
Yes.
But I'll hang out with the kids. Last night, my oldest son was like, had a card in a frame behind his back. He's like, here, Mom. And I was like, no, I want to wait. Let's wait till Mother's Day. I want it to be special that day because last year you guys really blew it.
And this year it's going to be the feds,
Yeah.
okay?
I was like, so I'll just wait till, I was like, it's just one more week. But anyways, my boys are all typically very sweet. Last year
Yeah.
they did blow it hard though. And so they better redeem it.
And if
this
you're
year.
listening to this, you
Yeah.
have 1 week.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, I feel like it's hard when you have kids, like you have your girls,
Yeah.
but my kids aren't really quite old enough and they're boys to know like, hey, we have
Yeah.
to make mom feel
Yes.
special. So I'm still like, I gotta make sure my mom feels special, and then I end up getting forgotten a little bit. And so I can't wait till one day maybe they'll be old enough to
Yeah.
be
Yes.
like, but you know.
And my girls live far away, you know, the older ones live far away, so it's always that same kind of situation. But what I wanted to ask you guys today was, I want to know your most memorable Mother's Day story. And FYI, the topic, it is nothing, we don't do research, we're not, this is not anything specific. This is just personal opinions, and this is obviously not a opinion-based kind of conversation. But in the future, when we have other topics, it's just what
We're
we
not
think.
experts on
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yes, exactly.
But I want to know, like, what is your most memorable Mother's Day event? Well, you guys think I'm going to tell you guys my story,
Yes,
okay?
please do.
So when I
You've
was
been dying
about,
to, I
I
can
was,
feel it.
I've been, and I didn't even tell
You're like,
you.
you guys
before.
wait. Even if you have one, you're gonna wait.
Oh, you do? It's okay. So when I was about 9, we lived in this little town in Wyoming. So Wyoming's not that big, not that many people. Even when there are towns, it's just not. I think we lived in a town of 300.
Wow.
This particular time, we lived in a little bigger town, and we didn't have Walmarts. We didn't have grocery stores like we do here. Walmart was an hour of a drive. So if you wanted to buy something, it was like groceries, not the grocery store. Yeah, grocery store or
Like a
drugstore.
corner market? Yeah,
Yeah, like a
the
drugstore. And this particular time, my mom gave me, I don't know, $10 or $20, and which was a lot of money, like in 1989. And,
Yeah, it is.
It is, yeah.
and we walked probably a solid mile to go to this drugstore, and it was myself, my brother, and my sister. They were, I must have been 10, because they were old enough to walk and whatever. We went into this drugstore, and it looked odd. It looked a little dark, like, you know, it was at the end of the day, but people were still in there. So we went in, and we're looking, and we're looking, and we're looking, and all of a sudden, like, it gets really quiet, but we're still looking. And it started, like, you could see where the sun was going down, so less light was available to see that there were no lights on. And then, so we go to check out with whatever, you know, kids, they can spend, we could spend an hour there.
Yes.
So we go with whatever thing we were gonna buy, and there's nobody at the register. So we go
What?
look for the people, and there's nobody. They had, it was, this is dating me, okay? They had like an ice cream shop at the drugstore.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There was nobody there.
Like, everybody left?
Everybody left.
Oh my gosh.
They locked
Ice
the
cream
store.
party!
We were locked
Oh
in the
my
store.
gosh.
And there was nobody there, and you couldn't get out. You know, it's not like now you push it and you can get
Yes.
out. No,
It was
It
locked
was
from the
locked.
outside.
Well, and you had no cell phones.
and
back
you're
then.
there was no
10.
cell phone, and I was 10.
Oh
And,
my gosh.
Again, we're in Wyoming where there's hardly no people.
Oh,
So
Lord.
this was on Main Street, and it was in front of a bar. It was in front of a biker bar. And we're like at the glass
Oh my gosh.
for probably an hour. And you know, my mom, I don't know if she didn't know where we were. I don't even think that she would know where we
She
went
was
to the
like,
store.
oh, they're gone. I can have a break.
Exactly.
Take it
So
easy.
it was her most memorable Mother's Day too, because she got extra rest time.
Yeah, exactly. And we're sitting there, and was nobody on the streets.
Oh,
Nobody
my
was
goodness.
walking in the streets. Nobody, so we waited there until somebody came out of the bar. And it was like this biker guy and his girlfriend, and they're in like their cool biker clothes. And there's like 3 kids against the glass. They were like banging against the glass. And they called the cops and came to get us. We didn't even get a present because they were closed.
Like an 80s movie.
Oh
like,
my gosh.
Yeah.
And well, my one question is like, what was your mom doing when you got home?
So, I don't know. I don't remember.
Did she know you were missing?
This was in the 80s. Well, maybe like 1990.
Yes,
we used to
yes.
go play till it was dark.
No, I know, but like, did she notice your absence?
Yeah,
for the
she
time
knew
you
we were
gone?
going to go buy her a present.
Oh, okay.
She just,
thought like
that I was
whatever,
taking
they're
a long
out.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
She
Because
didn't
in the
have
80s
no
you
idea.
didn't have concerns. Yes, and you just
Oh.
went and
Nobody wanted your kid.
That's right. Exactly.
What about you, Nicole?
Yeah.
Wow.
How do you
I'm going
top
after
that?
that.
I'm
After
still
that.
trying to think.
It doesn't have to be wild. Just something
No,
sweet.
like I'm
I
trying
don't
to
have
think.
anything
Like
near
me
that.
either. So
That wasn't
I
sweet.
think honestly for me, the most memorable Mother's Day is probably just a few years ago. And my oldest daughter is so thoughtful. And we were out of town and we came back Mother's Day night. And when I got home, she had all handwritten notes, not just from her brothers and sisters, but from all of my friends and anybody that was in my life. Just a note of, like how amazing they think I am. But I just thought it was such a beautiful gesture. And she actually clipped them onto like this beautiful bouquet of flowers and clipped all the little notes on them. And I thought, what a beautiful thought.
But she has your heart.
Yes,
She does.
She's sweeter than me. She's sweeter than me. I get those little bad juju thoughts like once in a while, but she's like, Mom, don't act like
She
that.
hasn't been jaded yet.
Yes.
Give her another 30 years.
Are you telling me I'm 53? No, ma'am.
not you.
I'm just kidding. Yes. Yes, but that's probably was.
Aw.
That is so sweet.
Yeah.
That sounds beautiful.
It was beautiful. Yes.
I was just thinking, I'm like, I think the most memorable one for me is last year because my youngest son had told me a couple days before, Mom, this is my budget, send me some things you want. So I found this like sweatshirt you could make that said like when the year your kid was born, established in whatever year with their name. So I sent it to him. I said, it's up to you if you want to include your brothers. Now, a year ago, they were at war. Like, the youngest wanted to kill the other two, and it was not nice. Like, literally was like, I wish you death.
Oh.
And so Mother's Day came, and I had my mom over, and we're having brunch, and then we're doing gifts, and he brings the gift to me, and he had it wrapped, he had a card, and he had included his name and his brother's names on there, and then included them on the card. This is all with his money too, by the way. And I was like, that is so sweet.
It is so sweet.
And then, of course, I had to work after, and then I was like, wanted to hang out with all of them when I got home. And the older two, and they're teenagers,
Yes.
And the
yes.
older two ditched me hard, and I think they were mean to me, and my feelings were all hurt.
But the point is,
Yeah, and then
you're sweet,
yeah.
baby.
Then on this past weekend, Kipton and I were at the store, and he's like, "Wait, when is Mother's Day, Mom?" And I said, "I don't know, but you guys better bring it this year because last year and he just sat there and I go, never mind, not you, it wasn't you."
Yes.
I was like, "You really killed it last year,"
Exactly. Get the other two in line,
But
please.
it was sweet to see him do something selfless like that because it's not in his character to do
Yes.
that. Especially for me, it is, but for his brothers, he's like, "Forget you."
Yes.
But it was so sweet. So that was
Yeah.
sweet. It was like a sweet and a salty, but I won't ever forget that. moment, so,
That's
yeah.
right. And who doesn't
Yeah.
like sweet and salty?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, share with us what your best Mother's Day moment was, or most memorable. Obviously, mine was not necessarily the best one, but it was absolutely memorable.
How do you
But
top
hey,
that?
who can raise their hand and say they got locked into a convenience store after hours and a biker guy bailed you out?
It's true.
There's only one. If that's happened to you, please comment.
Exactly.
Yeah, seriously, if that's happened to you,
Your
like,
friends.
yeah,
Your lifelong
automatically.
friends.
Like, should we just become best friends? Yup. Thank you for being here.
Have
Yep.
a good day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day,
Oh.
yeah.
Happy
Yeah.
Mother's
Actually,
Day
we'll
to
be
you.
here before Mother's Day. So we'll take back our Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Well, next
well,
week
Next
you
week,
get that.
yeah.
You can't be told that many times. You know, you're
Happy
you're
Mother's
a
Day.
mom.
That's right.
You're
You're
killing
killing
it.
it. That's right.
All right. Bye, guys.